Alex, tell us about the last few weeks. Well, let's start with Jack Flatley, mate, because I don't know if we've spoke about him here. Him probably, arguably, already the fight of the year.
Yeah, it was. I mean, everyone in boxing knew how good the fight would be, apart from the person who does the actual running order at Warren's fucking.
What time did they get on at the arena? About 12:30, was it?
12:30. We got there early. We had Jack McGann, Jack Flatley's sparring partner, having his debut. He was on at 6 o'clock, so Jack wanted to get a lift with me, so I took him up there early. We weren't expecting to be on so late, to be honest. Had we have known, you know, we probably wouldn't have got him there that early. And he ended up on at 12, so a bit of a nightmare for him, but also for Troy, obviously, as well.
Well, do you know, if you're not a massive boxing fan, the only way to describe it is if you were a football fan, it was an 8-8 draw. And the reason why it was so exciting was because Jack Flatley was 3-0 down after 3 minutes and managed to drag it to 4-4 at half time, didn't it?
I was just, I just sat down, just watching them get into it, and all of a sudden Jack gets caught, and I'm thinking, this ain't meant to happen. And I'm fucking, all emotions are going through, all thoughts are going through my head. I'm thinking, ride that storm. And Troy's a really strong, athletic guy. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, ride that storm, Jack, tie him up, and all his natural instincts come through. He's tying him up, he's riding the shorts, pulling, laying back, making him some very subtle inside work that you can't really see on the video that's available. It's quite far away.
Yeah. But Mike, who trains in the gym here, he filmed it, didn't he?
Yeah. So Mike has filmed it up in the clouds where it's snowing at the top, and. But the inside work was just so subtle in his defensive moves that everything was just missing by millimetres, luckily. And he gets back to the corner, does my best to rejuvenate him, fire him up, and I think I must have done half a good job, because he went out there and smashed the second round, the third, and you know, really pushed the fight. And we changed the game plan completely. And we just started boxing him differently. We had a plan A, plan B, plan C, so we went straight to plan B. And you know, and I thought he was pulling it back, and a lot of the crowd did, and the crowd started getting behind him. It was crazy how much the crowd were getting behind him, and the round of applause at the end of the fight. It was just unreal. Yeah,
it was.
What a fight!
I would like to say, if that would have been filmed and people would have got to see that, definitely a massive candidate for fight of the year.
I think it would have made Jack Flatley a huge name in boxing. It would have made Troy a huge name in boxing, which he is quite a big name anyway, due to the ABA winner, and you know, he's also boxed top Olympians and so on. But it just would have put him even higher and put him more in the public eye for like the general public, like you say, you know, the general Joes of the world and stuff.
But also on that same night, with the guy we've just been watching there, Jack McGann, made his pro debut as a boxer.
They couldn't have picked a more harder, awkward opponent for his debut.
Dwayne Grant, was it?
When me and you had spoke about it, you'd mentioned it's a tough one. I spoke to a lot of people, everyone mentioned it was a tough one. I spoke to Anthony, Jack's dad, and said it was a tough one. I think all of us knew how tough it were. I was just quite lucky to have 6 weeks to put some game plans together, 6 weeks to drill together, and like 6 weeks to try and get some similar sparring partners, which is quite hard because the guy's so unorthodox. But luckily, everything we worked on, you see it every time, every setup. He catches him, he puts him over, or he hurts him. And the other thing is, Jack has dynamite. When he hits you, you won't sleep.
No, it was a fantastic, and I was just saying to you before, I was watching him spar with Muhammad Ali, another one of your fighters who's making his debut on our show on 15th of September. He just looks like a different fighter. He looks like he was always ever, that's the only thing he's ever done. It doesn't look like he's come from mixed martial arts.
Even though, you know, like you're watching now, like you say, he looks like a fully fledged, like experienced professional. He's had one professional fight, and he's focused on boxing for about 4 months of his life.
And he wants to move fast in this game. I know he's looking to get out again, hopefully do another 6-rounder. And he thinks by the time he's had 5 fights, he wants to be challenging for small titles, doesn't
he? Yeah, which to be honest, I can't disagree with him. One, because he hits that hard, I don't want to disagree with him. And two, you know, with the way he spars and it handles himself with top experienced professionals, I can't see why not. He's got the enthusiasm, the discipline, the confidence. He's got all the skills that you need in and out of the ring. So I really believe that we've got another champion in our hands. Yeah.
Well, you went to South Africa. Only was it 2 weeks ago?
This time last week we was in Zimbabwe. This time last week we was in an orphanage actually, giving clothes away, and Mickey stood there with all trainers on, and I'm like, what's he done with his trainers? And there's a kid running around with trainers too big, brand new Harachis, Nike Harachis, and I'm like, if you just give that kid your trainers. He stood there with a little baby there was, she was 7 months old and she had no family. And Mickey gave his trainers to one of the young kids, and they were brilliant. You know, took a big suitcase full of stuff. I went B&M bargains, filled the suitcase, and took that, and it was a good experience. That were on the Friday. That was probably what I was doing now. Went back to the hotel, chilled out, went to the venue. Absolutely brilliant venue. The promotions were brilliant. Caller promotions. It was the rematch. From
they come over in November to Victoria Warehouse.
Went out into the venue, electric. I thought this. We went out in the ring, Team UK dead proud, Mickey's dead proud, proud team, Stacey's boxing for the Commonwealth, and what an experience, one of the best experiences of my life.
Yeah. Well, Mickey did amazing as well, stopped him in the first round.
Yeah.
The guy was a big puncher himself, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was a little bit worried. It was something like 4 or 5 knockouts, successive knockouts.
Well, his 4 wins were all come by knockouts.
And I'm like, watching him on the pads, you know, it's quite a big, they've got a good little promotion going, they've got a good format, they've got good connections, they're on Quessy TV, and they wanted, like, you're doing some pads in front of the camera, and I'm watching him on the pads, and I'm thinking, fucking.
Well, it was a very even fight on paper.
And I'm thinking, this guy, it's like that. I'm thinking one of these two are going to sleep, and luckily, like what we worked on again, Mickey comes out, the guy comes blazing, he jabs down, Mickey catches him with a left hook, and then Mickey feints, the kid comes comes into a bad position out of his guard, and Mickey taps, turns his shoulder through, and his legs go in the air.
Yeah.
A bit like, was it Marvis Fraser against Larry Holmes, where his legs go up, or no, Holmes he stood up. Who was it now? There was someone dead similar. Me and James Russell were talking, the way he hits the canvas and he gets up, and the ref's giving him a count, and he goes out and just catches him again. So really good. Same for Mickey. He's a bit like Jack McGann. If he clips anyone, they're going to sleep.
A kid who's really improving, and hopefully we'll see the best of him this season.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you. You know, you're always saying that, like, Mickey's improved like he did, and he does work hard. You know, the guy's got 2 little babies. He's literally just had another little baby. His missus Jade's given him the okay to go, which was a big thing, leaving him with 2 little babies.
I presume that's why he loved having that little baby there.
Yeah,
think of home.
He's a nice guy, Mickey.
Very nice.
He wakes up in the morning, goes work, straight to the gym. I've never got any issues. It's never, I can't make it today, or turns up late, or he's here on time.
Well, going on to this, right, Mickey reminds me very much of a young Rocky Fielding.
Massively.
In the sense that, you know, Rocky was a little bit raw when he first came on the scene. Great power. Always looked a little bit awkward sometimes in the ring, but like you say, when he delivers it.
Well,
and Mickey's doing the same type of thing now.
Massively. People watch Mickey and probably think, oh, you know what, he's beatable, but you know, when they get in there, they realise that, you know, he's improving.
The way he throws his punches over the same way that Rocky throws it, and Rocky's just become a world champ. Yeah, but it's when he whips those body shots and uppercuts, they're not like whipped in with speed, but they're whipped in with power.
Massive power.
Because when he hits people, they stay it.
You get a lot of elasticity on it, you know, a bit like Wilder. And it generates a lot of power, and when they hit you, you know, if they turn the knuckles in and they hit you on your chin, you know, you're going to sleep. And as soon as Mickey connected with the right hand, he went over. You know, his legs went.
Well, I know you would have loved being there. You probably would have been there if you were in South Africa. I know Nigel Travis managed to make it over from there, but it was hard work for him.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about that? Because he's a former old gym partner of yours, Rocky, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to see Rocky. I remember him having his debut at the Salford Leisure Centre all them years ago, and he did about 300 tickets, and then next minute you see him fighting on Sky TV, and he's obviously, winning a world title, and through that I've seen him progress, prize fighter, the only guy to win prize fighter, everyone by knockout, and he's had the British title and stuff, and he's beat some good kids like Brophy, handled them quite easily, and I think Rocky goes a bit sort of under the radar, and obviously he had the stoppage loss to Callum Smith, but someone was going to get it in that fight. Unfortunately it was Rocky, but they both hit like dynamite, and it's just that division. They move like lightweights, they hit like heavyweights. It's a hard division to rule, but Rocky shows he's up with the best of them. Yeah,
so it's exciting times. Like you said, we were just talking before about young Muhammad Ali, who's training down here with you, making his pro debut, the first diabetes type 1 professional boxer.
Yeah. So he's breaking records with the first ever one, and to be honest, he's quite. At first, it was a little challenge with him because he wanted to do more and train hard. And sometimes you got to teach your fighters it's quality, not quantity. And sometimes it's about doing the specific exercises to be getting fit, and he had some good rounds then with Jack McGann, who's a hard spar.
We're 8 weeks out, aren't we?
8 weeks out.
He's looking in great shape as well.
He's not fought for 3 years, so I know he really loves the game, and he watches it and studies it, and I wanted
almost as much as you.
Yeah, and I wanted him to make sure today. I know he's 8 weeks out, and I'm going to taper him back down soon, but I wanted to make sure there were no rust. He's confident and he knows he'll be fit, and today he rattled 6 off with 2 fresh sparring partners, great head movement, and he's disciplined. He made some mistakes today, but he learnt a lot. It's great having spars or wars, but if they're coming out and not learning anything, they're not gaining anything apart from conditioning. You can get conditioned, but you don't want to be taking too many shots, and not learning. And luckily he's not taking as many shots, and he's learning. He come out, knew what he has to improve, and we're going to work on that over the next few weeks, but I'm enjoying teaching him. Yeah.
Well, you always do that, mate, but I must admit it must be an exciting season ahead for you now with the talent that you've got here.
Yeah, we've got some good fights. Got Sam Larkin boxing on Frank Duffin's show, Frank's first ever show. Frank's worked alongside Steve for over the years, and I think now he's off and trying to put on his own professional show in Colne. I'm sure it's his first show.
No, it's his second one. He did one in Blackburn, I think it was.
Yeah, so it's his second. Sorry. Colne, top venue. We've seen Steve put Shane Singleton on many times, so I'm looking forward to that. Sam Larkin. Osman's fighting on the Amir Khan undercard. There's quite a few.
Is that the 8th of September in Birmingham?
That's the 8th, yeah. So it's exciting, and everyone's bouncing off each other. We've got young Liam down at the moment, an Irish lad.
I just spoke to him before.
Yeah, he's heard about the gym and he wanted to come down and try it, and hopefully he's got good feedback, even if he doesn't stay. I've got a lad coming over from Holland who found us, who heard some good feedback. He's been over and he's just in the process of getting a job. I think I've got him a job, so he's going to turn professional. A big, very elusive big guy, another Rocky fielding Mickey Ellison type fight, and he's great sparring for Mickey. So yeah, he's buzzing at the moment.
Alright, Alex, it's always a pleasure coming down here. Thanks for filling us in.
Thank you.
And I'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks, mate.
Take care, mate.